Metaverse projects are getting all the attention right now. Yesterday we looked at Decentraland. Today we will look at the Sandbox, a competing project of Decentraland. According to Crypto.com, the Sandbox is currently trading at $5.49, up 31% over the past 24 hours. The Sandbox has been on a tear. The market cap is at 4.82 billion. 24-hour trading volume is at 5.44 billion, which is really great. It means that there's a lot of activities when you have the volume, especially the buying volume increase. That is when the price spike up. Circulating supply is almost 900 million sand. Maximum supply is at 3 billion sand. And by the way, the trading symbol for the Sandbox is SAND, S-A-N-D. So what is the Sandbox? According to Crypto.com, the Sandbox claims to be a virtual world where players can build, own, and monetize their gaming experiences in the Ethereum blockchain using SAND, the platform's utility token. It is claimed that players can create digital assets, non-fungible tokens, aka NFTs, upload them to the marketplace, and drag and drop them to create game experiences with the Sandbox game maker. It is further claimed that the Sandbox has secured over 50 partnerships, including Atari, CryptoKitties, and Shaun the Sheep, to build a fun, creative play-to-earn gaming platform. Owned and made by players, the Sandbox aims to bring blockchains into mainstream gaming, attracting both crypto and non-crypto game enthusiasts by offering the advantages of true ownership, digital security, monetization capabilities, and interoperability. If you are new to the Sandbox, I strongly encourage you to visit their website at sandbox.game to get a better understanding of what this project is all about before you decide to make an investment in this project. Let's take a look at the technical. Sandbox is definitely on a major bull run right now. It is in the second wave that so far it has spiked up from about 80 cents all the way to $5.60. If we look at this chart, the Sandbox has been traded sideways or has been very boring from April all the way to the end of November, and then make this major spike up in price. And if we look at this chart, it is very similar to Decentraland. This compares the Sandbox with Decentraland. As you can see, these are two very similar projects. They all are virtual reality platform, and they has been traded sideways for such a long time. Then all of a sudden, right after Facebook renamed to Metaverse, all of the attention are being put on these projects. That's why we see the Sandbox spike up at the same time as Decentraland. But right now, the Sandbox is actually in the second wave of this bull run, while Decentraland is just beginning to build up momentum for the second wave. When the Sandbox was traded sideways or was very much in consolidation, the volume was extremely low, almost no activities at all. The Bollinger Band continued to contract. A lot of momentum being built up as the width of the Bollinger Band became very, very narrow. Then after that, we saw this major spike up in price, followed with increase in volume. Then it spiked up all the way to about $3.44. That was the first wave. Then retrace, consolidate, volume drop off. At the same time, looking at the stochastic oscillator, it was in this overbought territory. The retracement and consolidations allow these two signal lines to allow the signal lines to get out of the overbought territory. At the same time, the Bollinger Band has the opportunity to contract and build up momentum to support this second wave. After that, we saw the price reclaim this 10 days moving average, which is the red line. Every time when the price dropped below, it bounced right back up. Then the Sandbox crossed over this prior high at $3.44 and started the second wave. So far, as part of the second wave, Sandbox already ran up to about $5.60 from a low of 80 cents. So in a matter of 4 weeks, it spiked up by 7x. That is absolutely impressive. With the current market cap of about 4 billion, there's no doubt that the Sandbox has a lot more room to run up in the future. But in the near term, this bull run or the second wave has to end at a certain point to allow the normal process of retracement and consolidations so that the Bollinger Band can contract to build momentum to support another run up in price. So the question for us right now is, what is the upside potential for this current bull run? And how deep would this retracement be? Let's see if we can figure this out. When the Sandbox started this bull run, it's very much trending within this upward channel. As you can see, when the price tested the resistance, it retraced. The minute it hit the support, bounce right back up, retest the support again, bounce up. And now, after it reached an all-time high at 5.6, it is testing the resistance of this upward channel. And that's why we are seeing selling pressure right now. And the price of the sand is retracing. Also looking at the stochastic oscillator, there's no doubt right now the blue signal line is at about 97%. It is in this overbought territory. And there is an indication that the blue signal line would likely cross over and drop below the red line, a possible indications for the price to begin retracing. So does it mean that at 5.68, this could potentially be the top for the second wave? The Sandbox have run up from the top of the first wave. So at 344, ran up to 5.68 in terms of the extension. It is right now in between the 1.618 to 2 times the extension. And that is very normal for the second wave run up in price. So normally I would say, well, maybe at 5.68, this could potentially be the top for the second wave. However, looking at the volume continued to increase. And this is an indication that lots of buying support. Buyers are anxious to jump in and get a hold of this token. So they are driving the price up. Because of this, I do believe that the Sandbox has more room to run up. It could potentially run up to as high as 2.61 times. And that would be right at close to about $8. So in the near term, I do expect to see a retracement. And there is a good probability that the price would retrace and then retest this 10 days moving average before it could bounce up and continue the second wave. The minute it gets to about a 2 times the extensions, or roughly at around $6 or above, we will definitely have to revisit it to see whether or not the volume would continue to increase or not. If the volume were to begin slowing down or tapering off, that could be a signal that it is topping out and could potentially begin this retracement. A ballpark number in terms of the retracement could potentially take the price back to the range of about $4.50 to $5 again before it could consolidate, building up momentum, and then begin the next run up in price. I love these metaverse projects. Right now, I am investing in Decentraland. The only reason that I have not starting to accumulate the Sandbox yet, because one of my rules is never chase after the bull. And right now, the Sandbox is already in the middle of the second wave. So I will wait for the price to begin this retracement consolidation process before I would begin to accumulate. I would definitely want to have both the Sandbox as well as Decentraland as part of my portfolio. That's it for this video, and don't forget to click that like button and reward me with a like if you appreciate the content that I'm presenting. Also, if you are new to my channel, don't forget to click that subscribe button and subscribe, and make sure you turn notification on. And if you have Twitter, make sure you follow me at Vietmaxim, because I provide constant update on all of our favorite cryptos.